So I think it's time for me to reintroduce myself. I'm Megan Kieran. I'm an intuitive guide and I am 30 years young. I have been going on this spiritual path pretty much all my life. So I was raised Hindu and my parents always had a meditation room in their house. My grandparents had a meditation room, my aunts, my uncles. So it was kind of just a thing to always have the presence of some sort of higher power around me. Although I was always kind of curious and connected, I didn't have my spiritual awakening until 2020. Now, I had gotten my Reiki certification in 2017, but I never really tapped into it. In 2020, I began to have more Reiki healing sessions done on myself. And through these healings, I was brought into transcendental meditations and I was really burst open into this amazing world of energies around us. And throughout this 5-year journey, I not only was able to tap into my third eye, my intuition, and all the energies around us, but I was able to realize that this is a journey that is embodied within ourselves. We are humans on this dense earth plane, right? And I had to go through a lot of trials and tribulations in order to realize that I have to stay really grounded, especially as I'm doing these spiritual practices. The past 5 years have not been easy for me. Although there were so many things to celebrate, there was a lot of things to mourn as well. I got engaged and I got married. My wedding was pushed back a few times because it was during lockdown in 2020, but I got married. I was looking for a house for about 6 months, finally found one that was beautiful and perfect for us, even though it was a terrible market. So things have been coming in divine timing for me. But after that, I wanted a baby, right? I was only 26 years old. I thought it would be easy. It took me a full year to conceive my son. That was another really, really difficult journey, although it taught me about divine timing and it really got my vessel ready to carry this high frequency being within my human form, right? So after that, after I had my son, my stepmother passed away. After that, my dad's Alzheimer's really escalated and I don't live very close to him, maybe like an hour right now, which is good, but it used to be almost 2 hours. And we had to move him into a place that he could be supported. And now he is doing very well. But during this traumatic period, I got pregnant again when my son was 7 months old, intentionally. I wanted my kids close in age, but it was a lot going on. My daughter, her pregnancy was very tough. So I was caring for this baby to toddler as I was having a really tough pregnancy. So this whole sort of aspect and period of my life was so good and so hard at the same time. I have never had so much intensity on every single spectrum of the scale enter into my being and really have these experiences that make me crack wide open. I had my first panic attack this year in 2025. I was never had a panic attack before, so that was interesting. But it really just showed that my nervous system was on overdrive. I was trying to be the person for everyone else. I was trying to fix everyone else. I was trying to hold on to everything and make sure everything was together, but there was nothing left for me, right? And I had started the Om Light in 2020 and went through its ebbs and flows. I really was hot on it and then I stopped and slowed down. I had a corporate career, which I also left when I had my son and never went back to. But that being said, my spirituality was like completely on pause. So after that happened, I didn't want to force anything. But during this whole process, I was also writing a book. I was journaling and really coming up with what was happening to me into a place that was really legible and could help other people. So I realized this journey I was going through was actually also to help others. But it's been a crazy and intense period of time. It's been so just magical, yet also so intense, right? And I'm sharing all this so you can get to know who I am, but also relate to everything I'm going through. Because we're all going through one thing or another, right? But I finally, after going through what I did, after having a couple more panic attacks, actually, the last one was on September 30th. I know because October began to be the turning point for me. I realized that I needed to practice what I preach and turn inwards. I had to take moments for myself. I don't have to always be there for every single person all the time. There are other people available to help my kids. There's other people available to be there for my dad, and I don't need to take all that pressure and stress. So I wanted to share all this just so everybody can hear a raw and real experience and get to know who I am. I am a very powerful and experienced intuitive energy healer. So I do Reiki, I do distance Reiki, and I can tap into people's guides, I can tap into their ancestors, I can tap into certain messages during these sessions that are really potent and important for that person. So throughout this whole journey, I've learned so much, but I have come out even stronger. I have risen like a phoenix, like so many other people have. And so I hope this helps. I'm currently manifesting my book to be published, and I know I'm going to be that author that I'm meant to. I know I'm going to be that healer that I'm meant to. I know I can still do all of that while still showing up as a daughter and mother as well. So, thanks for listening to me. If you made it this far, glad to have you here. Great to connect with you, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.